Okay, I want to share with you something that was an extremely challenging thing for me in the beginning of my motherhood season, but also was the best thing that ever happened to me. And that was a crisis of significance. Now, that doesn't sound like a very fun thing at all, and it really wasn't very fun. But let me tell you, this is what happened. I was in missions, I had a career, I was effective, I was faithful, I had worked my way into a place of some influence. I had some influence. That was fun. And then I got married, I had a baby, and I was faced with the choice of either kind of farming out the work of taking care of my little child, which some people do, and that's fine, or staying home with him. And it was like I just personally I didn't feel like God was letting me farm it out. So I was in this place of, okay, I feel like obedience to God looks like being home now with this child. But all of the exterior sources that were telling me, giving me, propping me up in terms of my sense of significance in the world, they were gone. So then it was, okay, what makes me significant? And I mean, some of it was, of course, finding vision, and I'll talk about that in another video, but finding vision as a mom, because I think that's so crucial. That's like one of the number one things that moms need that moms don't have. But so that was part of it. But another part of it was for me really digging deep in my own soul and recognizing that I had holes in my sense of identity and sense of significance. And for me, my greatest fear, and it might just be that I'm a 3 on the Enneagram, I don't know, but my greatest fear is that I would live an ineffective life. And so for me, the fear would be that I would not have significance in this world. And, so I had all of these external sources that were telling me, Naomi, you're significant, you're doing this, you're doing this, you're doing this great thing. But really, the greatest blessing was to find myself in this place where I could only have God be the source of my significance. Because let me tell you, that will secure a person. That has secured me in a much deeper way. And so, there's a great book that was out a long time ago called Search for Significance. And he just talks about how we have to find our significance in the cross. We have to find our sense of value and our sense of contribution even to this world through the cross. That because Jesus says we have significance, we have significance. And for no other reason. Not because we got good grades, not because we, have accolades in our job and we're great performers and we've done all this stuff, or we're great athletes, or whatever it is. It can't be even, this one, because we're great parents. That's one that's, such a trap. And then you start to realize, if I start to get my significance from how well this kid does, I'm gonna mess this kid up. I mean, and that's a little bit dramatic, but not too dramatic. I mean, if my significance is linked to how Judah performs or how Theodora performs, then poor them. Because then it's about me. It's not about them. It's not about their maturity. It's about me. It's about how I feel about myself. And that is not good. So for me, it was a huge blessing and it was a huge shock to have this crisis of significance as all of my exterior sources of significance were kind of cut out from underneath me. And I had to seek God about where I could find significance. And He is so faithful. He really just met me in that place of brokenness and of honestly soul sickness. And He just nursed me into a place of just seeing Him and loving Him so much more. And He will do the same for you. If you're in that place of crisis of significance, He will do the same exact thing for you, because He loves to do that. Because honestly, until we can get our sense of significance from Him, we can't be used in the way that He wants us to be used. So In the next video, I'll talk more about vision, but this one, I really wanted to talk about just this crisis, this very real crisis of significance that can happen anytime in our life. But I feel like, especially when we become moms, it's like a prime season for that to happen.